Hello, DayZ World. I'm the Greedy Peasant, and welcome to the Peasant Podcast. Get comfortable as we sit by the fire and chat everything DayZ. We are live from the TGP minigame server with the podcast team. TikTok creator Smiley's Got a Gun, long-term DayZ console player ADKQ, and chat controller and security Queen Peasant. Of course, we have the DayZ community here as well. Here at TPP, we want to hear what you have to say, so drop your thoughts and your opinions in chat. This podcast gives the voice to the DayZ console people, so welcome everybody to the Peasants Podcast. Today's podcast, we have an absolutely wicked special guest come to talk about a server being brought back from the past. It's Rellikagaming from 1, 2, 3 and an Armageddon Paradice. Brand newy. We're going to sit down and talk about a little bit about his server, his admin team, the aspect on which he's trying to draw in his player pop and things like that. But we'll get to that in our little one-on-one interview. But welcome, Relic, to the studio. Hope you're going well.
Yeah, I've been doing pretty good. I know it's been a while since I've been in contact with you, but a lot of things have changed, and I'd kind of like to get it back out there again and see if we can get a little bit more of a community together. See if we can bring some people in and let them have fun.
That's it. That's the idea. And on my right-hand side, a staple of the TPP podcast, Mr. ADKQ. Hello, good sir.
Yeah, morning all, morning all. It's looking super duper crisp today. New 4K 160 hertz monitor. Oh my god.
Oh, you got detail now. You can see the wrinkles on my ass as I do the runner.
You know.
Miss Smiley's Got a Gun is away today. She's got some family stuff she's rolling with. So she'll be back next week. And then she goes away again. She's out and about in her little adventures these days, which is good. You got to prioritise getting out and family and over the gaming world and stuff like that. So make sure you don't bury yourself inside your rooms. But today's little run through. Where's my?
Do what? Sorry about that.
You're good. You got a server running. You don't even have a life. You've got 24 hours, 7 days a week server.
And well, I wouldn't say that, but I mean, I put a lot of time into it. A lot of time.
It is a lot of time to put into it. First, we're going to go through our new and updated servers. So at the start of every show, we like to drop our little news bit. That's from last week. So the PvE server, EU PvE, they've got a final no rules purge happening. It looks like it's happening right now. So if you want to get into a PvE server that is currently turned into a massive PvP server, all those PvPers haven't shot each other for 6 months, so they're now off murdering, so it'll be pretty savage. Someone's got to echo.
Hey, what? Sounds like a server to me to jump into.
That sounds fun.
I might be able to actually shoot people.
Just watch it. Either someone's got sound up or someone's got an echo.
That might be me. Give me just a second. I can't really hardly hear you. I had to turn the volume up a little bit, so how about that?
You're good. Yep, that's better. You get the same thing I do. If I put it too loud, it echoes in my head. Or the emptiness.
Yep. Yep. It's just like it just bounces off the walls. There's nothing else for it to do.
No, all the thoughts are just DayZ and stuck to the wall, so the middle's just emptiness. But yeah, EU currently have a no rules final purge before they wipe on their Chinara server. So they're quite a good server. We've had Orpheus on here before. They've got traders and medical people and black markets, and they've got a full society set up with their EU PvE. So good stuff, good stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's all the news and events we have. We're going to dive into our little one-on-one with our guest, Mr. Rellikagaming and Armageddon Paradice. First of all, Rel, do you want to give us a rundown of the server and what it's about? What the, I suppose, overall aspect is?
So my goal with the server is, and I'll start out with DayZ is very hard when it comes to community servers. Like they don't really give us much to work with. So bringing life to a server is difficult in most cases. So getting people to come in and it's not just finding the right crowd, but it's also having the people come in that cause problems. It's hard to kind of stick with one thing. But my goal is to have like an RP PvP based server, but have it set up to where you have that interaction. Like not just, and it's kind of hard to single people out, but in a way you have to. So the community base is basically just people that want to come in and they understand, look, we all want to have fun. We want to play the game how it is. And of course, there's killing. You're going to PvP with people. But at the same time, if you're driving down the road minding your own business, you want a community that's going to, not always shoot you on sight. So I want to chill. I'm looking for a chill system to where we can all just come in and be friends. But I like roleplay, so I want to throw in the roleplay aspect. The police, the hospital, the roadside assistance. You know what I'm saying? Just the little things to give people give people something to do.
Trying to give different avenues for creativity. That's cool. Roadside
Yeah,
assistance. Someone comes, little bloke in
Well,
his truck comes and fixes your car because you can't drive and glitched out and put it into a tree.
yeah, I have a person that actually does that, and then I have somebody that's it's a radio host. He sits at Radio Zenit on certain days of the week, and he'll turn on the system and he'll broadcast to certain cities, the PvE zones, because I do have multiple zones across the server. Um, the PvE zones, I give people certain people that want to do it, that give them the freedom of running their own zone. So like say for instance, Greedy, if you wanted to come into the server and run your own system, you could take control of say the PvE zone, which would be Krasno City or Pavlovo City. Um, you could become the mayor of that area and you can run it under your own standards. You could have your own currency. You can have your own laws, your own rules, your own restrictions. You know what I'm saying? As long
Yeah.
as they follow under the server's standards, then, you're good to basically run your own little community with inside another community. So I'm trying to put something together to where it gives people a sense of change, where it's not always the same.
That's quite what's the word for it? Very elaborate. Very elaborate. I can see why he put quite a lot of work into, getting this going and kicking it off. There's a lot of cogs in motion. 100%. How long has the server been in the works?
Well, in all honesty, and I mean it with population, I don't have much population, but I'm gonna be completely honest. If we want straight, honesty, it's I have not really been focusing on population. I want people to come in and have fun, but my focus has been on the server, the function of the server, how the server plays, if it's lagging for old gen players, if it's, processing the way it's supposed to be. And I think I kind of hit that mark, but with this whole Nitrado business that just recently went down,
Yep.
and I don't really know if we want to get into that conversation because we could go on with that for hours.
Yeah, we put 2 hours into it.
Yeah. Like, oh, I wish I would have been there for that one. Oh boy. I was not happy with that. I had just finished my the prototype for my bunker and was ready to put it in, and as soon as I went to put it
Oh.
in, everything went down.
Oh, that's the
Everything went
worst,
down.
isn't it? It's the absolute worst.
Oh, dude.
And then what was
That was
it? Are we talking the recent one, which was 3 days, or the one that was down for 5?
The one that was down for 5.
So you couldn't even get
So
in
I
there
had
and
this-
test
I
it
had
for
this-
5 days.
Yep, I could not test it for 5 days, dude, and that was brutal. I was on here every day like, all right, come on, work, dang it, work. And no luck. No luck at all.
No luck. Yeah. It's definitely a pain in the butt when they jump in and do, especially their maintenance run, which went for 3 days, but this hacking server out, lights out. I still haven't seen anything of, hey, this is exactly what happened. It's still the hearsays of the community. Fratton, we are happy to talk about Nitrado and stuff like that. If you ever want to have your rant, you can go on to the Discord. I've got Have Your Rant. That way you can just voice your opinion straight onto the podcast. We're currently on an interview with Rellikagaming from an Armageddon Paradise. It's a server coming out that has an RP PvP aspect to it. But yeah, there's a lot of things. We could sit and talk and let you guys rave on for hours. We might do an open mic session. We'll book in an open mic on the podcast and people can just come in and blurt. But what are some of the key features to your server, Rel?
Well, there's a lot of things that's been in the change since the whole system hacking and everything else. I've kind of went through and changed a lot because what I had set just wasn't really working. I guess the community was looking for something different because the server has been around for a total of now 5 years, 5, 6 years
Yep.
is how long the server's been up and running. Now it's had its down moments, it's had its moments where, I've IRL stuff, life comes first. So it's had its moments, but it's still here. It's never went nowhere. The community that I have built now, have regulars that's been here for about three years. My co-owner, he's been here for 4. They're also my admins. They help me out through a lot. We're in it together. The ups, the downs, and just I mean, there's a lot. And as far as mods and attractions for the lag, I don't know. And now if anybody has any pointers that they could give me on helping me with lag, that would be awesome. Because since the hack, I've had nothing but problems, which has kind of made me delete a few of my attractions. So the main ones that I have is more or less my black market, which is considered illegal. That's part of the RP system. So anything that goes through black market is considered illegal merchandise, which therefore can be held under the police investigation unit or whatever people want to come in and make. If there's an RP style player out there, I would like them to be able to come in my server and, be that type of person. No matter what it is you want. You want to be a mercenary? All right, tell me what you want to do. We'll make it work. You want to be a bandit? I'll throw you a little bandits together. We'll make it work. But it's the lag issue, and I know that happens to be a problem with community because people are always looking for something to do. But if you're constantly lagging, it's hard to give them that.
100%, especially when you get to a higher pop status. Frat and Z says here that even Karma Crew server struggles with the larger servers, and Nitrado only recommends 35 and above. When I build my servers, I always cut out the crap. There's a lot of things that I remove and take out for the server to have the highest performance possible. I mean, this particular server's got 15 arenas on it, plus the only up, but the majority of the builds are 5 and 6 kilometers up in the air. So they basically only sit in its own little bubble and render. Whereas if you want to add in all the groundwork and stuff like that, everything you put in, you got to take out. So yeah, it's a rough one to get around. They always say whatever you put in, you must take something out.
It comes down to that old thing where if they let us enlarge the size of the memory, would help with the lag a lot. I know that we're not as popular as, say, Minecraft, where you can do that, but I think it would help a lot of server owners if they actually just introduced it.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. It's been the plague since community first started. The amount that's on the server to the level it can handle is equal. So once you start adding, that's when things start falling apart. And that includes bases. Bases are like the worst thing to add into your base, into your server, because they take so much time to load in. It's got to load in the tents, what's in the tents, the cars, what's in the cars, the shadowing, the change of shadowing. Yeah, I reckon the shadows is what does the most lag, to be honest. Yeah, it's just there is no high performance console servers that can handle the absolute duck's guts of mega builds. And that's, we've always put in and asked for better servers or a competitor. Either, we'll take either. You want to give us the best, then give us the best. That's fine, we'll pay. We have money, we'll pay. But, or give us a competitor. And that should clear the market. So you said you got a certain functionality in your server, Relic. What type of players are you looking for? I lost him. Hello? Can you hear us, Rel? You're on mute if you are. Unless I'm on mute. You can hear me, Q.
No.
No, I can hear you, yeah.
Yeah, got you.
Hello? Can
There
you
we
hear
go.
me?
He's back.
Can you
Yeah.
hear me now?
Yep, we can hear you.
There it is.
Isn't it good to yell at your TV when your mic's
I had
not
to hit the
working?
left on. I had to hit left on the. I had to hit left on the D-pad for some reason. I had to shut the mic off and turn it back on.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what happened.
A little blank. Good
All right,
old
then.
VoIP. Gotta love voice-over internet protocols. So yeah, what type of players are you looking for your server? I know you got a whole heap of jobs and stuff like that, but is there a certain type of, I suppose, player attitude, or, I mean, are you looking for
Can
the
you hear me?
roughness? Yeah, yep, I can hear. Good for a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you still hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. All right. Cool. So no, the player aspect, I'm gonna be able to give everybody, a chance to play. I don't really want to limit it to a certain type of community. I want it to be, a public thing. But with DayZ, we all know that's hard to do. Do that, you're, opening up the doors for all types of people.
Yep.
So, I mean, you're gonna have to divide it out if you do it that way. And like I said, the server's been going for 5 years. Population has been here, there. That's been up to 20. It's been down to 0. It ain't had no players before. So, I mean, we've been there. We've seen that. And it's gonna happen. But, I mean, most people, they're always like, oh, well, there's nobody on the server. There's nothing to do. There's, it's this, it's that. I mean, so it's kind of hard to, and this is just from my opinion. This is just, from being a server owner and just having the experience behind what I've seen. It's just hard to say, okay, well, I want these type of people. You're not just going to find those type of people. You've got to, keep it open for everybody, and then the ones that like the system, they'll stay. And that's about the best that I've found that works.
Okay. That's a
Because
cool
I have
little...
about, I don't know, say maybe 10. We're a 32 pop. I have like 10 people. I have like 10 members right now. That's how many people we have that keep coming back. But we all work. We all have jobs. We have families. We understand that IRL happens, work happens, life happens. So it's not a constant pop. But I mean, we'll get there one day. One day we'll get there.
That's it. I mean,
it's just hard.
It seems a very mature server too. So you're going to get a lot of players that are the working type, that have families, that have jobs, and can't sit on there, 24 hours a day. As some servers have that luxury of having the Game Pass crew, the kids that are sitting on all weekend playing DayZ from midnight till midnight without any issues. That's going to
Yeah,
it's going to give you a better content in your server rather than, I suppose, the old saying, quality over quantity.
and that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to focus on, the performance more than, the population, because the population, from my point, you can't rush. You can't push it. Because if you push it, then you get nothing but the trolls. Nothing but people that want to cause problems. And then there only going to be there for about 3 days. And then now you have bases that are abandoned, which can cause lag. The loot strolled everywhere, and you've had to deal with problems. I mean, so it's hard. I've pondered this, and I've thought about it the whole time before we were going to do this podcast, and I just couldn't think of a way to even explain what type of community I want, because I'm not exactly wanting a single type. I'm wanting it to be for everybody that wants to play. Just know, like, you can come, and if there's problems, we all try to do our best to take care of it. I just want a chill place for people to play. That's all. I mean,
Yeah, definitely a good way to look at it. Definitely a good way to look at it. Can't control what your players can do, but provide a place where there's enough entertainment to keep them under control. That's a good it's a good run through. Definitely a good run through. So how long have you been playing DayZ for? When did you kick off the addiction?
um, about 6 years ago, I played for about a year, and then I ended up going through some abuse. I was with a group of people. There was about 12 of us in a faction,
Yep.
and we had some people. There was an admin, and there was two others, and they were coming over to our base, and they kept messing with us. I mean, they just kept they were trolling. That's all they were doing was trolling. And when we ended up telling the actual owner about it, he didn't exactly do much of anything. Just kind of was like, okay, well, the admin's there, he'll take care of it, and if if he's involved with it, then there's a reason he's doing it. And as far as I know, there wasn't no reason they should be doing what they were doing. And then when we took it into our own hands, we, got banned. So it was
As it happens.
like, well, why are we putting all this effort in here if people are gonna come and be nasty like that?
Yep.
And I decided to start my own server.
And that's when it all kicked off. All kicked off.
I mean, I played it where I could have a place to play and have fun. And then I could bring people in that want to do the same thing. Not just mine. It's for everybody. I put what I want to play in there, but then the community wants something, suggest it's all community based. I run it, I put stuff in it, so then I'm gonna do whatever I want.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I do that, but then I don't change nothing without the community's opinion either.
Yeah, you get the feedback. Got to get the feedback, yeah. Ninja says, talk about the features of the custom bunkers, event weekends, and building sheds. He must be an admin. Frat with 100 biddies. Also, and the bounties. Fratton says, almost official. RIP closer now. RIP to Maddie. Using their players to advertise and giving them currency for the advertisement. Unwritten RP.
Do what now?
For advertisement and attracting players. Matty from Almost Official, he had a way of using his players. They'd offer game currency for proof of new players, advertising, servers on social media.
Ninja, just
Yeah, that wasn't Ninja. Ninja was just asking. He was just talking about your customs and stuff. He's your admin. Unwritten RP is another great model.
Yeah,
This
he's
is
my security
yeah,
detail.
this is your security man, your right hand man when it comes. Fratton
He's making
is
sure I ain't forgetting nothing.
yeah, that's it. That's right. Fratton is the yeah go.
Ninja, just jump in here, man.
Yeah, if
Come
you're
on,
if you're out and
just
about, Ninja,
make
come
it
have a chat.
easier. Just jump in here.
Unwritten RP had Mr. Ad Salem's in there for a while, so they took off with the YouTubers. That's hilarious. He might be a little bit shy.
No, yeah. Everything he was talking about falls along with the RP system because we have the bounty hunters, we have the mercenaries, and then, like I said, he's part of the security team. So he's Alpha Squad or Alpha Team. So they're the ones when we have trolls or we have the people that want to cause problems. I don't like to ban people. Now, my ban so like the ban system works in 3 ways. The first ban is 3 hours. Second ban is 6 hours. And the third ban, we have a system to where, you don't get permanently banned right away. Give you chances to all right, I messed up. I'm banned. I can't get on for 3 hours. Okay, let me not do that again. But if you do decide to do it again, it's just, I try to make it fair. But with bounties on people, do that. I said events like that. Even us admins, my admin right now, he's got an alt. He's about to get on there and be a wandering, I think he's something like along the lines of a wandering murderer. So like, come across him, just be careful because he's savage and he's wild and he's just good crazy.
That's cool.
It's just like a sense of adrenaline. And he's announced his alt character. He even said if he kills you in a car, if he damages your car, he'll replace it. Whatever loot you had, he'll stash and give you the location. That way you can come and get it later. He doesn't want your loot. He's just in it for, the excitement, the thrill. That's his play style. That's what he wants to do. But he's also he helps me maintain the server. He's my right hand man, in a way. So it's like we all want to have fun in our own way, but most servers look at aggression as a bad thing. So why not have a place where you understand that type of aggression? Because I do. I understand it to an extent. You're not gonna understand everything, okay? But that point, I do. So why not make a system where people can
Very true.
that aggression?
Your Starlink is bouncing in and out and then accelerating.
That people will understand, and I guess that's the community I'm looking for. There's a community of people that understand that.
Yeah.
Is it working now?
No. What's happening is you're getting it all through, and then you'll hear a little bit of a block, and then you'll power through your conversation. It's Starlink. It's what it does. Why are they so high in the sky? Because it's the best place to have a conversation. 800 meters in the air. Troll free.
Oh shit.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
On here.
So, what would be the best advice you'd give yourself before renting a server?
make sure you're mentally prepared.
Yep. Yeah. It is a lot of mental strain.
Make
There's a
sure
lot of
you're
frustration.
prepared.
Make sure you're
Because
mentally
if you're
prepared.
not, you're gonna overload
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah. 100%. That's probably a good set of advice. What about best advice for a new player?
Don't take everything to heart. Don't let it get to you. Like, if somebody kills you, just brush it off. It's the game. It's what it's what people do. You're gonna find it. It's DayZ. No way around it. Brush it off and keep going. Don't give up.
Yeah, good advice. Very good advice. And what can we see happening for the future of an Armageddon's Paradise? What plans do we have in the future for it? Got any events coming up or anything like that?
Um, well, like right now, I mean, I'm in the process of. Well, I do have a PvP. Say with the bunker, the only way to obtain the coordinates for that bunker is through events. Um,
Ooh.
so I'm gonna have an event for a location. It's gonna be a PvP event, and it's probably gonna be held at the arena. Uh, so the winning team will get the location, and they can go check it out whenever they're ready. And I mean, they could take whoever they want. If they want to take a group up there, so be it. I mean, that's just how it goes. I'm not gonna restrict people. It's DayZ.
Yep.
Information's gonna get leaked.
Yep.
I know this.
Yep.
I mean, it's just a sense of fun. It's all it is. It's just for fun. If people want to follow that and they're like, hey, no, I'm not telling you. I ain't telling you where it's at. It's mine. I won that fair and square. Hey, you're just SOL. You won't find the location. So, I mean, I kind of wing it. It's just what everybody wants to do. We'll see what we can do. I'm down for suggestions, and I always try to put new stuff in. It's just whatever
And I
whatever
suppose
comes to mind type of deal.
And I suppose that's the RP aspect that you put into it. Yeah, you get the coordinates of the bunker, but unless somebody else got the actual coordinates of the bunker, they technically don't know where it is. Just because you had a message in the background to say in your DMs to say, I know where the bunker it is right here. In an RP scenario, you should be not using the metagame.
Yep.
Yep.
Nope. And then see, you can also do it with the mercenary groups or the bandit groups. Be like, look, I have information to sell,
Yeah.
or I'll trade you information. I mean, it opens up doors for multiple opportunities, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to give the server a system that is ongoing, because setting up events like timed events and stuff like that is hard to do when you have people that work and you have people that have a life, and and do stuff. Now if you do this for a living, that's your job. That's what you do. There's people out there that do that, but like me,
Lucky buggers.
I work nonstop. Right?
Yep.
Right?
Fuck off.
But I work. I work nights. I'm only on for about 2 hours. So I mean, just keeps it going. If you want to do something, there's things you can go do, and then there's little missions that go along with it. It's hard to explain. It's more or less like a mission inside of a mission. And then there's little things you can find that'll lead you in another direction to something else without actually having to set up a date and a time and, get people together for a group event. You can either do it as a group, you could do it by yourself, you could do it at any time because it's there already.
Yeah, nice.
So, I mean, it just there's a lot
Uh,
that I've been doing in the past 5 years, and it's always ongoing.
uh,
Always.
uh,
There's
keyboard and
no
mouse
end.
enabled?
Yes,
Yes.
keyboard and mouse enabled.
There you go. Just had a little question in the chat. Mr. Q, do you have any questions for our guest, or does the chat have any questions?
Well, I mean, I'll throw my usual.
It-
Hey, Relic, on your server, where's home? Where's that place that
What's
you
up?
call home in Chinaris? So where's the place you like to live and hang out the most?
Discord.
Oh
He's the
boy.
owner.
Uh, well, I will say home would be in front of my laptop screen, but if I was on the days that I do actually get to play, and I'm just chilling with the boys or girls, whichever ones are playing at the time, it just I'm more of a roamer, but if I had to choose a place, I would say probably Northwest.
Oh,
Probably
Northwest. All right.
Northwest. And I like Northwest. Now in the server, Northwest is a KOS zone. Um, but I do like PvP. Uh, More or less along the lines of I don't do really too much RP. I will, and I do set up events that involve RP, and I do play along with the system that I set up. But I like the thrill of action in a way. So when I do play, me and everybody else will go to Northwest and we'll just have a blast. I mean, I'll even spawn in stuff. I'll let us have fun. I'll spawn in trucks with boom in them. I'll spawn in zombies. I'll put in ramps for cars. I'll spawn in extra cars. I mean, I plan on building a racetrack for Northwest Airfield. So we're I got a lot of stuff that I'm gonna do, and I'm not afraid to put stuff in temporarily for us to just have fun. I mean,
That's
that's
it.
what the game's about. It's a game. You're
Nice.
supposed to have fun.
100%. 100%. Um, is there good loot distribution? For instance, AKM and Tundras on the coast. Do you have?
So the loot system.
Yep. Far away. Yep.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. I was just
I would say go ahead.
reiterating.
What was there? Oh, okay. No, you're good. So the loot system is tier located. It is slightly boosted, but it is organized to their tier locations. So no, you will not find an AK-47 on the coast or an M16 in a house. If you want one of those, you'll have to go to their correct tier locations because, well, I mean, the sense of survival is still there. Certain items are harder to find because they're finely adjusted. You gotta think, there's 5 years so we've been tweaking it as we go. And if things need to be adjusted, let me know. That's the whole thing about it. I build this off of information. So if I know people want survival, they want the thrill of excitement, they want action, they want things to do. If you hand it to them, they have nothing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe in a balance of being able to find things, but then having them where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
the loot tier is about as balanced as it can get, but it is boosted to where you will find things. If you go into a tent, you'll find mags, you'll find food. Zombies have food. So I mean, it is easy, but I mean, if you think about it, when you balance the players, player count with the loot, once people start grabbing stuff and start looting everything, it's going to take items away and then it's going to start becoming harder. So it's not just balancing the loot. You have to balance it between a loot system, the
Mm.
player system, and the activity. And I'm not afraid to help other people either. So I'm not trying to, I want everybody to have fun. If it's not on my server, it'll be on your server, Greedy, or somebody else's server. It's a game. I'm not looking to, like some of them other people. Oh, I got this server. It's got 62 people always with a queue of 10. I mean, nah, I'm not. That'll be cool. Don't get me wrong. That'll be awesome. But that's not. No, we're just here to have fun. That's all.
Yeah. Well, you know what? As they say, pop builds bop. So the more people that go out there and try it and give it a go and at least give it a rundown, test what it's like. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Definitely get in there and talk to the owners. Get in there and talk on the Discord before you dive in and may get disappointed with what you think it is and what it's not. So, yeah, definitely. Um, all right, well, that's our little run through with Mr. Relic Gamer from Armageddon's Paradise. As I said, there's the Discord for the server. If you want to jump in and check it out, you can hit it right there, log yourself in, talk to the guys in there. Big shout out for Ninja in chat. He's been answering some of the little questions that have been going on.
Thank you, Ninja.
Yeah, he deserves an extra piece of equipment um, to his stash. Um,
I'll get him a crate set up.
yeah, that's it. An Armageddon Paradise is the server name. But yeah. All right. So we move across to our co-host business. No, bruv. So I don't think I saw a TikTok from her. Nope. So Mr. Q, straight on to your biz.
All right. Well, I'm going to bring up say that I don't know. I've talked about a few times about the loose distribution between Takao, Shinaris, and Livonia, and how they're now making a lot of weapons and items map specific. Now, with the last item that they brought in the update, being the beautiful Dragonoff, is Sakao only. Next weapon that they're bringing in being a similar sort of gun, like a Russian gun. Are we going to have that weapon be Sakao only as well? And if so, is that going to even more be a detriment to official servers?
Oh, so the gun you're talking about is the new one that comes out in the next update with the two scopes. It's like like a submachine gun pistol. Of course, it's going to be on
Yep.
Sakao.
I know.
Everything.
But is that going to be at a detriment to the community? As I've said before, a lot of official players don't own Sakao. So there's a lot of players out there that are never ever going to touch the new guns that are coming out.
No, no, that's right. Um,
It just
yeah, I think it's going to come to a point where they're going to stack so much content on top of Sakao that a player to be involved in the community will need to purchase it. They just need a good something to snag the entire community, something huge like Livonia Bunker did when Livonia came out. You know, that was going underground and blah blah blah. If they put in, say, an ice cave with you had to fight Yetis or something, you know what I mean? That would
yeah.
blow Sakal out of the water, but you know it's never going to happen.
No. You know what they really need to do? As like they've done for the base game a couple of weeks ago, they need to give a highly discounted version of Sakal. At
Yes.
least even just for a week. You know, that'll bring in so many more people that don't have the opportunity to. Because let's face it, it is quite expensive. it's almost half the price of the game itself.
Yeah, shit. Well, they're trying to get the thing is, actually, TBA, the Reaper, he puts a good point in it. I suppose the only official players that will get the loot are those who kill someone who switched servers. So if you go and get the pistol and go and and then head back to Chinaris, that's the only time that you will get that new stuff in your hands.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's kind of how, for a while there, the way that we got the different colour variants of plate carriers was like that.
Yes.
Unofficial is you get someone that just spawned over from the bunker.
Rel, what's your thoughts on Sakau? I know that,
So,
like as a server owner, was it considered when it first came out to throw a map on it, or?
well, now that you bring that up, I kind of do have a Sakal map. It's a little 10 slot that I've been messing around with. I was gonna be more official based. The cars are still in pieces. I mean, we wasn't gonna really code it too much, but I wanted to give it a go in editor to see, what I could, do to it creative wise. But we have one. I mean, it's open if people want to join it. We've already said that if people do end up joining it, we'll boost the slot size so it goes up. But we've had it for about 3 months. We get on there every now and then to test stuff out. But I kind of like it. It's not bad. The cold, the cold kind of sucks. The gear, it don't matter what you wear, you're always cold.
Yeah,
Always cold.
yeah, okay.
They could do something else with the cold.
Yeah. Reaper says.
Oh,
Yeah, go.
quick question, Relic. How are your players loving the beautiful new gun that's been added in? The best gun in the game.
It's like they're not.
I haven't actually
piece of
heard
shit.
nothing yet. I haven't heard nothing yet. Now the VSD, or not the VSD. There was a new one. What was it? Was it the 89? The VS89. It come out with a new wood style.
Yep.
Which one was that?
Yeah,
VSD.
the VSD. Yep.
Yeah, the VSD. There you go. Yeah, it was the VSD. Yeah. Now that one I've been told, and I seen it last night myself because I put it in my bunker. And one of my members found it. One of my admins found it, and he said he absolutely loves it. But the other one, I don't know. I haven't heard too much.
The one with it's alright because that's the one I was talking about. The wood grade VSD, the Dragonoff, best gun in the game. Hoping he doesn't know anything.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. I give him heaps about his flex on his fucking wood-skinned fucking VSD. It's still a piece of shit.
God.
Hey. Fucking, it's harder than the motion now.
True. Wreck my Mosin, the bastards. Just like OEM gear now, community, I'm sure the gear, OMK gear. I was expecting grander missions on Sakau considering some rep was behind it. 100% I agree with that. I think there's something bigger in the works. I reckon to be honest, I reckon you'll need to kick the power on of the geothermic plant for something big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that what they're doing is they're just stretching it out, trying to prolong the life of Sakau being relevant. But
Yep.
I think it's detrimental to it. I
Yep.
think they just need to release it instead of holding on to it.
Yeah, and just put it all out. There should be small window dynamic events at the mouth of the volcano, initiated by the whole map rumble effect, thick massive black smoke from the volcano when you get on the top. You wade through the smoke and have to use the ice pick to interact with some of the ice doors to get inside. Dark volcano lab full of good gear. Boom. Close, actually.
Nice.
I reckon you kick the power off and then it gasses come from the volcano. There are geysers that are actually embedded in the game, water geysers from the hot water pools that are already in there that people have pulled out and had a look at. So squirting water that comes up, but I do believe you will kick the thermo plant in the guts, and that will activate, the actual land and stuff like that. So it'd be cool. Tundra for life. Yeah, it used to be Mosin Life, but they broke it. Give me a fucking... Let me put a hunting scope on and take people's heads off at 1300.
What about the new hunting scope that they come out with?
Yeah, the two...
There was one I
does look
seen in there. I put it in there. It was one of them stunt things, that long distance one.
Yep.
Yeah, what about that one?
That's
I've been told it ain't worth nothing.
Oh, I don't know what it'll be like when it eventually gets brought out, but if the versions that are in the game now are nowhere even close. Nowhere even close.
Well, that
Just
I was
what I
watching a
thought.
video. I was watching a video on the one that's due to come out in the next update, and it's 2 times.
It's 2 times,
Still
yeah.
2 times.
And the other ones are 1x with magnification or something like that, like the RVN sites. That was Wobo for the win. Oh, the Reaper, if you get Q started on a Piccadilly rail again, we'll never shut him up. I think that's what it's called, isn't it?
I don't understand why we don't have it.
A Piccadilly rail, which is where you mount that and then you can put any... What's it called?
A Piccadilly rail, which is basically a rail mount. Yeah, allows... Yeah. I don't understand why we don't have it. It makes sense that we should.
Yeah, a mount for scopes.
Makes sense to me anyway. Fuck.
All right, well, that's news of the week from the Peasent podcast. Has anyone in chat got anything they would like to drop before we pit these two players together in hand-to-hand combat? Nothing on the run. No, I've covered all that. It's an extra shot to the back.
My other admin was like, I'm almost home.
I love that hatch. Oh, he's nearly home.
He's like, I'm almost home. I was like, dude, you're a little
I love
late.
to drop
it's
these
okay.
nuts
You can
on
catch
your
the next
forehead. You wouldn't even get them close. I'd snap them off and fry them on the fire on my pitchfork. Nope, that's it. All right. So, I'm not. Nothing like fucking pitchfork balls over the fire. Barbecue. All right, so at the end of every show, Mr. Relic, we pit our co-hosts together to fight each other for an epic victory. If you don't mind jumping out of my crib arena and head into the hand-to-hand combat arena, which is the one with the sword and the mace, you two are going to dress yourselves and punch on.
Let's go.
No, I don't think you're going to get a chance to jump off. No, you're not killing me. I'm jumping. Oh, fuck, I'm stuck. Is it Q or Rellikagaming? I'm going to give you a minute to place your bets, start your predictions. Because that's what else we're now doing on the podcast. We're pitting guests and hosts together for profit. All right, Mr. Q's in the house.
Indeed.
Poor Relic. If you lose, I'm disowning you. The Ninja's going to disown you if you lose. The Q's an expert. It's currently on a record. I think it's 4-2. That's it. Just make your way down. And when we're down, I'll say 3, 2, 1, go. But before you charge yourself up, make sure you give your morphine and your EpiPens a crack.
Oh snap! I didn't grab any.
Oh,
I don't
disadvantage.
even think I've seen them.
Oh, they're on your usual self. All right, ladies and gentlemen, how we like to end the show is we like to pit our guest versus our co-host. This is the Melee Arena. Each competitor has a set of weapons and defenses, and it's a fight to the death. So bets are being placed. Gentlemen, get ready in 3, 2, 1. Let's get it on. Got the spear versus the mace. Using the long stance of the spear. Oh, got the sword going. Oh, there's a bit of blood there. Oh, got the maces out. That's a player knockout device. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's nasty. Q didn't like that. He definitely didn't like that. He knows the power of the mace. Oh. Plenty of threats. Oh. Starting to get, that's it, starting to get on the staggers now. Oh, oh, oh. So many cuts with the sword. Plenty of blood pouring out of both. Oh, there's the limp. There's the famous limps.
Yeah, there's the lip.
Oh. It's going to be all out now. With blow for blow. Big battle to the end. He's had to back away, have a breath.
Oh shit, they're gonna knock me out. Let's go.
Oh, it's the Mace brothers. They're getting into each other now. Oh, heavy blows. Oh, there it is. Oh, the upset. Kill him. Kill him while he's down. He'll get up super quick. Oh, he's gone again. That's it. Beat the shit out of him until he's dead.
I think that's it. No, that's not it.
No, you'll see him convult and turn over. The mace has great knockout power, but it's terrible on the kill. Come on, sword guy. Mr. Q. Oh, there it is. That's the death.
Yeah.
That's victory. Rellikagaming has won. He's taken the champion.
Yeah.
So for those who backed Rel, you just paid out big time.
Yeah.
There we go. R.I.P. sword guy, 100%.
Right, he almost got me.
He nearly did.
I got one cut and my health is flashing, so hey, it was close.
I can't believe he had you on the back foot and he lost. He's going to be filthy over that. Absolutely filthy. All right, our champion, Mr. Rellikagaming. We appreciate you coming on the show and having a bit of fun, and talking about what's going on in the Armageddon Paradise. Ladies and gentlemen, definitely get out there and give it a check out. And you'll have to come back and give us a rundown on how the server's going in a couple of months.
God damn it! Why'd I switch from the sword?
Yep.
Why?
You had it. So, any final words?
Well, I guess I'll see everybody out there, whoever decides to show up. Just know you're all welcome, and see how it goes.
Beautiful.
It's DayZ after all.
We'll see you then. Oh, he took it.
It didn't work.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
That's what I cop. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's our podcast done for the day. I'd like to thank you all for popping out.